Just thought I would drop in for a few minutes to give you some travel planning tips. I love to travel. I try to go on a couple of trips a year. My favorite is cruising, and we also love Disney, but we go lots of places. We take quick trips, vacations with the family. My husband and I take mini vacays all the time. I just love to travel and looking forward to the time when I can retire and travel all the time. I consider myself a pretty good travel planner. I am by no means a professional, but I do a lot of work to make sure that my family has great trips for not a whole lot of money. So I just wanted to share with you today some of the basics that I do when I am planning a trip. And so I'm just going to get started with those for you today. So this video won't be really long, just a few tips to get you started when you're planning your vacation. So the first thing I want to share is that you might want to start a vacation account. I typically try to save up money when I know that we're going to take a trip. A lot of people have a separate vacation account that they put money in, but I do not have that, but I'm just very aware of how much money I have and how much money I'm putting aside. I'm very aware of my spending, especially based on where we're going. If it's a smaller trip, I may not have to save as much or as long, but if it's a longer trip that's going to be quite expensive, I start very early. I have started a year in advance planning trips. We have a family of 5. It's my husband and I and our 3 kids. So going on vacation can be quite costly, but we go, and I make sure that we go. So planning as far as the finances is a must. The next tip that I want to share with you is very important, and this is probably the most important one. It is to do your research. Once you decide where you're going, it's imperative that you do your research. You need to research the place that you're going. You need to research hotels. I used to use a lot of the booking sites, and I won't call any names, you know what they are, where you save on hotel and plane tickets and car rentals and such. I have found now that I can get just as good a deal as I would on those saving sites. And a lot of times you get discounts for booking directly through the hotel. So remember that. You may get a better deal than booking through a third party. So I encourage you to do your research. Look at hotel reviews. Don't just choose a hotel because it's close to an attraction or it's cheap. Sometimes you have to pay a little bit more to get a little bit better service and a better quality room. So just do your research. I read reviews. When I'm booking a hotel, it generally takes me several weeks to a month to decide where I want to stay because I look up reviews, I look at pictures, I ask around because I want to make sure that I'm staying somewhere that my family's going to be happy. I'm kind of picky about hotels. Don't be afraid to book a hotel and cancel it. So this is why you have to also know what you're doing, because sometimes when you get a lower rate, it's a non-refundable rate and you'll have to pay up front and you can't change your mind. I never choose those rates because life happens. You don't ever know what will happen, so I always will pay a little bit more per night so that I can have the option to change my reservation or cancel it. I've been known to make a reservation 2 or 3 different places because I can't decide, but I always have the option of canceling it. Also, you want to look for specials. Lots of places offer weekend specials and weekend deals. Lots of places offer, I live in Georgia, So lots of hotels offer Georgia, Florida rates if I'm traveling to Florida or I'm traveling within my state, or a neighboring state. So those are good to look for it. All right. So then you want to create an itinerary. I am a big planner. I don't like to go to a place and not know what's there, what they have to offer. I research the restaurants. I plan an itinerary, and sometimes I overplan, and my family ends up not doing some of the things. But it's better, I feel, to overplan than to underplan. You can always not do something you plan to do, but I have an itinerary for each day that we're gone on vacation, so that there are things planned. I try to plan special activities for the kids or things for my husband and I, things that the whole family will enjoy. So have an itinerary. Don't just go somewhere blind, spend all of your money and not really know what that place has to offer. So have an itinerary. You may want to have it in your phone. You may want to print it out, but know what you're going to do when you get there. Also plan for unexpected expenses. Things happen. People get sick. Your car might break down. So when you're budgeting, plan for some unexpected expenses. You also want to plan for souvenirs, plan for dinner, have money available for those things. And you don't have to spend a whole lot of money when we're going to places for over a week. I tend to get condominiums that have kitchens, so that we can cook breakfast or have snacks, and that cuts down on some of the cost. And I'll be doing a couple of videos on our upcoming Disney vacation and how we're going to Disney for a week and are saving money, but we're still going to have a fabulous time. And budget for souvenirs. So if you do all of those things, and there are lots of other things that you can do. Some people use a travel agent. I choose not to use a travel agent. I'm my own travel agent because I know exactly what my family wants. I know how much money I have to spend, and I can kind of dictate that by researching the area, the attractions, everything I want to do. I make notes, I write things down, and so I try to make sure that my family has the best time that we can possibly have on vacation. But if there are other things that are a must for you when you're planning a vacation, just write them in the comments below. But these are just a few things, and I will be offering some more travel tips and life tips and all of that. So I hope this was helpful to someone. If you have any questions, drop them down below. Thanks. See you next time.